So the Luger come in various different sizes of barrel. This one, I believe, is the shortest one which you can get. It's mainly officers that carry the Lugers, if I remember correctly. Tank crews, yeah. But with this, which makes it so much different to most pistols either revolvers, so they got the barrels, or the top slides. This one has a toggle lock-in mechanism. So what that basically is, rather than sliding it back like your casual things, it's sort of a pull up, and it's a really weird contraption, to be honest, you know, but it bloody worked, you know, and it showed. So with that now, to get that back down, put safety on, and then safety back off. Fire. This one is a blank firer only, it's not the real deal. It does take 8mm blanks.
That's probably rarer than a real one.
Yeah, these are very rare. Cost quite a lot of money too. This one's in superb condition. It looks like it's just been made. It looks brand new. Also with the Luger P08s, you know, the same as the Colt 1911. It has the push button slide magazine.
Yeah, it shows how ahead of their time they were, really, the Germans, because I believe the Luger came out before the Colt 1911. So most guns didn't have it. Okay, most guns, the next gun will show you. Okay, they'll have a release under here for the magazines. It was kind of the first of its time, really, to have a button release for a magazine to come out the end. So yeah, you could see how ahead of their time they were. In fact, we'll show you how ahead of their time they were and the difference on that. Okay, so this is the Walter P38. Okay, this was, so like the Luger was pre-war and then post-war, because it was such a good firearm. The Walter really only, I mean, it was in World War II. It was designed, and the idea being that because the Luger was so quality to produce, machine parts and all that kind of stuff, milled with quality, they felt that was too expensive to make, so they come out with this. Even though when they were knocking these out, Luger was still overtaking them. There were still more Lugers out there, so that's why the Luger carries on all the way through the service. But the Walter P38 was, I mean, not as bad as the Sten gun, really, but it was their sort of nothing's as bad as the Sten gun. It's the attempt at a quick alternative if they were ever going to get rid of the Luger, because of the pace of machining and all that kind of thing. The difference with the Walter P38 compared to that with the toggle system, okay, this has actually got the slide, okay, and if you, we've noticed this before, haven't we, that if you cut out the front bit, okay, when you release, if you look at that section of the gun, it quite looks like the, is it the M9 Beretta, the modern firearm?
Yeah.
So you can see they were quite ahead of their time. But it makes you laugh because they've done the push system on there with a button, but then on the Walter they went back in time and they put the magazine release underneath. So yeah, you can see why even when they were machining these, that Luger kept up their manufacturing, and then after the war, Walter kind of took a step aside. The Walter P38s did. I know is it the PPK, the little James Bond one, that took over, but the Luger was so I mean, it'd gone through 2 wars, and I know police and civvy units were starting to use them, and I know some army units were still using them as well. Easy to take apart, guys, as well as a switch by ear, and you just basically the whole top of the pistol comes off, and there's not much to it really. Just trigger, you've got the toggle system at the top, and you've got a safety and a fire over there. So yeah.